and I put the instructions to watch the video and answer the discussion questions. So every week I could put up a new link. It could be a full-length lesson or it could be a mini lesson. And also just to show I've got a number talk on my Seesaw page. Maybe you have a Google Classroom. So this is my Google Classroom, and I have posted an assignment to watch the same video, but nobody's done it. I don't have any students in my class yet. But this is another place where I can post classwork and copy and paste this full-length lesson into my Google Classroom. Another third way that I could share this link is on my Clever page. Mine looks a little different than yours, but you've got a teacher Clever page up at the top. And every week what I could do is there's an add URL option over here for your teacher page. And I could add a new link every week that takes my kids to the exact mystery science lesson I want them to go to. So mystery science is the curriculum that I recommend the most for elementary science. And they have a couple of helpful pages for distance learning that I wanted to show you. There's a frequently asked questions page that probably has what you're wondering. There's information for parents, general support, what resources are in Spanish that you can offer. And then they also have a school closure planning page that you might like to go to because it has your grade level and just easy to click lessons that you wouldn't have to search through every single lesson in your grade level. They've just made recommendations for you. So mystery science is my first and most helpful resource to share with you. But let me stop sharing my
Yeah, and
screen.
Tracy, can you just go over the differences between the Mystery Science full lessons and the mini lessons for those who aren't familiar?
Sure. Yeah, actually, let me present my screen again. Let me get back there. So, if you have never done a mystery science lesson before, the difference is that mini lessons are not grade level specific. They're just going to be one mini lesson a week on different topics that your kids might find interesting. So you'll notice the dates that they're a week apart. But maybe it relates to something you're doing in language arts, or maybe it relates to something topical like now, like hand sanitizer and how that kills germs. They're short. You'll see this video is only 4 minutes, about 5 minutes. So this is just a little tidbit of science. These Mystery Doug videos can also be found on YouTube as another way to find it. But if I'm more interested in full-length lessons, maybe I'm an upper grade teacher, then what I would do is go to my grade level. Say I'm a third grade teacher. Um, let's say I'm studying life science right now. I can go to a full unit, and when I look at these lessons, one lesson is a whole lot longer. So it's about 30 minutes of videos and discussion. That's what exploration means, is it's videos and discussion questions, and 30 minutes for an activity. And maybe your students have the supplies to do the activity at home. So for example, this activity, they would need glue, markers, scissors, cups. Maybe they have some of these things at home. So it's possible that they could do the hands-on activity as well as the exploration, or maybe you just assign the exploration. But a full-length lesson is going to be enough for your science for the week if you assign a full-length lesson. Okay, I haven't seen the chat in a minute. Do we have any questions here in chat?
Yeah, I just got a question about logging in. So if you're logging in for the first time, you should go to the district webpage, and you can log in from. You can create your account on the district webpage. So that's wccusd.net/science, and you'll need to be logged into the district account, and then you can use Clever after that.
Okay, let me show that. Let me show that.
And then
So,
yeah, and then Dwayne has a question about Anchor extensions.
oh yeah.
If you'd like
Um,
to answer that as well.
yes. So, to register your Mystery Science account, you'll have to log in to the district website to see all of the resources. And you don't have to do the @ symbol because it assumes you're already in with the district. So now I can see Mystery Science. Before I couldn't. When I click on Mystery Science under the district science page, there's directions here about how to create your account. Once you register here, then your Clever button will work with the Mystery Science icon. So to direct you there, the science webpage is under academics and then science. It's not under departments, it's under academics. And to answer the question about anchor phenomena, so the 4th and 5th grade units have started to offer these beginning and ending thematic unit features. So for 4th grade, you'll see this anchor phenomenon starter. So it's like a thematic unit where at the end of every lesson, you could tie it back to this anchor connection, this anchor phenomenon. It's like a theme for the whole unit. And the way you turn this feature on is you have to go into your account settings. It is not automatically on. So I'm going to go down to lesson view settings. And this green button needs to be clicked over to offer you the anchor layer.
Yeah, and Tracy, I just want to say that the anchor phenomenon is, I believe, only for the upper grades, and
Yeah.
it's really it just adds a level of complexity to the units, which is good if you're into it and have capacity for that, but it's not necessary at all. In fact, we're sort of headed the other direction, away from complexity, at least for right now.
Yeah. I would normally recommend doing, a full unit with every piece, but for now, I think I'd even be happy with just a mini lesson if we could get that out to our kids. But I want to share with you a longer list of resources. I saw a question that was, what about other resources or projects for kids to do at home? So if I'm on the e-learning page and I'm on teachers, I want to look at resources by content area, and you'll see that there's a science content area resource page. So on this list, we have Mystery Science first, and then other resources that are for doing projects at home. So all the local science museums have offered lessons that are fun activities to do at home. The Exploratorium, Lawrence Hall of Science, Cal Academy of Sciences has a whole Academy at Home section. The Tech Interactive, PBS Learning Media. I recently added Scientific American, bringing science home. And then another fun idea is just to suggest to your students that they could do a science fair project at home. I know some schools were planning on doing spring science fair projects or competitions, this could just be an option. On our science webpage, we have a PDF that could be a guiding packet to help students at home create a project. And my favorite website to get ideas for science fair projects is called sciencebuddies.org. So your students can filter through their interests and pick a project that is fairly simple activities that you probably have things at home to make, like recycling a milk jug and turning it into a bird feeder, for example. So this is an evolving document that as we get more resources, we'll add to it. But on that Mystery Science first spot, I've included the links to the support pages that Mystery Science offers. So the frequently asked questions and the school closure planning links are off onto the right column under support. Okay. Let's see what other questions we have. Still can't log in. Sometimes Mystery Science and Clever don't play well.
So, Dwayne, I think that the district webpage is its own portal. Now, I don't know this for sure, but as I understand it, they wanted us to use that portal to create our district accounts. And it's also possible that they just use our district email address to recognize who we are. So it's a free account, but that's how I understand it. But it should be messy. And that's only for Clever. You can always just go to Mystery Science, the webpage, and log in that way as well. Clever just is supposed to be making it simpler for us, and that's not always what happens.
I did comment to Dwayne. Basically what Clever's telling him is that the password doesn't match, and it's wanting you to update your credentials. So yeah, I guess it's kind of your shot based on what John said. How you're going to approach it. I suppose if you know what the password is through the district page, you can sync it up that way. I'll ask Francie for you also, because of course Francie is the queen of Clever.
Yes, I know Mystery Science will let you create your own account and have a personal account for free for a year. But we do have the subscription through the district, so we try to get teachers to log in through the district webpage. But so I see some concerns about, assigning Mystery Science at home when students might not have supplies. So for that, you can just assign the video portion and the discussion questions. I know some teachers this school year even have had troubles gathering the materials because it doesn't come with a kit. But you can still offer them the phenomena. You can show them the videos that'll make them curious and expose them to different science and engineering practices. Another resource we have for science that I'm not sure if it made it onto that resource page is CK12. That offers readings and some simulations that you can look at. John, I don't know if you can share any more about CK12 as a resource.
Yeah, I can. Give me just a second. I just posted the link to, if you just want the mini lessons only, you can access them on YouTube as well. It's called Mystery Doug. He's the guy who does the mini lessons. So all of the mini lessons are on YouTube. You don't even need to go into Mystery Science or have an account if that's all you want to do. So I posted that link in the chat.
Okay, great.
If that's all you want to do. And Mr. Bodell, I would ask you to go to the district webpage and go in through that. I don't think they need a they shouldn't be sending you an email, I don't think. you can just create it on the district webpage. In CK12, I will show you CK12 just really quickly. CK12 is like a it's like an online textbook. So let me see if I can just share this real quick. I'm presenting to everyone. Can you see CK12?
We can see it.
Okay, so if I go to, I can log in using my district email account, and then under subjects, I can choose science and grade K through 5. And you can choose from any of these flex books. And let's say you are in 3rd grade, so I can click on 3rd grade. And this is just, it's by topics. And so students can read and answer questions by topic. So let's say, physical science, and then there's these topics here. And there'll be just a little bit of text here that you can look at. Some text here. There's pictures, there's videos, there's vocabulary, there's questions at the end. It's just a textbook, really. Sometimes there may be simulations, but it's just sort of a work in progress. So they add things to it as you go. But this is pretty good if you just want to assign reading and questions. This is a good way, an easy way to do that. It works directly with Google Classroom. You can just assign it straight from here. And I will go back to the chat. Anybody have any questions? It's free. It's all free. It's always free. By the way, I guess I should say also. Always free. And that's CK12. I'll put that link in as well. ck12.org.
Thanks. And I want to show that you can add those assignments to Google Classroom if you've got a classroom set up. So I want to show you that I chose yesterday, I was looking at CK12 and I found a unit on senses. There was a reading, a video, and a discussion question that went with it. And it was really easy. When I clicked assign, it asked me if I wanted to link my Google Classroom to CK12. And all it did was it just linked it once. And now when I see CK12 activities, I can put it on my Google Classroom page, which is pretty neat. And I saw the list of people who are with us. I saw a few people who I know have FOSS kits. So I wanted to just talk about FOSS for just a second, that we don't have great resources to share with your students about FOSS. So what we do have, if you're someone who's used to teaching through FOSS, and if you had a kit, they have a homeschool connection center where if you choose your kit, they offer homeschool connection PDFs in English or Spanish. So it'll offer you a download, and it's a letter you could send to families. There's more activities that they could do at home. So if you're looking to give like a lab activity and you'd like to give really specific directions, there are some on FOSS. And then another feature that they're adding now are math extensions. So I thought this was pretty neat, that if you had a FOSS kit that your kids had already been exposed to and they had seen an investigation already, you could do some math extension problems with them just to integrate science in another subject. So just to talk about FOSS briefly, the best we've got are these homeschool connections at this time. Okay, Do we have any questions from the group or anyone who wants to share what they're using or what's working for them? Or if there's something else we haven't brought up, is there another resource we should know about? Carmen, where do you go to get the home connections for FOSS-kits? So you have to have the access code inside the teacher edition of your FOSS-kit. So it would have to be that you had a FOSS-kit sent to your school, you had the teacher guide with you, and you could open the cover and see the access code. You create an account on fossweb.com. And let's see, here it is. So FOSSweb looks like this. You have to have your own account. It's not through the district. It's just you make your own account and you activate your modules with this access code that's inside the teacher edition. And so they have a banner up. It's the first thing you see that they are trying to offer more during the school closures. And so you can click on the Homeschool Connection Center there. What do I do with the district website? So let me get back to the district website. So let me back up. Academics.
Yeah,
Academics.
Mr. Bodell, do you want to turn your mic on maybe, and we can just show you this quickly? I know it's 10 o'clock also, so
Oh, happened fast.
if people want to need to take off, but I'm happy to stay longer. I know the other session is starting if people want to join that one at 10, but I'm happy to stay on and answer questions.
Oh, you're welcome, Catalina.
Yeah, bye everybody. Thank you. Tracy, if you want to show the district webpage,
Okay.
that would be fine.
Okay,
So
let
I'm
me go
going
back.
there.
I'm going to present my screen and try to take us more step by step on that. Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Bodell, can you see Tracy's screen? She's presenting.
Yeah, no, I'm at the science.
Okay, let me get there.
And
So
can you
I'm
see
at
what-
science.
And I went to
Okay.
the users and I signed in.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
And then
you
can you
now
scroll down to where
see
it says Mystery Science?
it's under literacy and science? Do you see mystery science?
There is no, oh, there it is. Okay, so then
Yeah, it
mystery
wasn't there
science.
before, but when you log in, then you start to see some of the curriculum resources.
And then create your district account. Okay, cool. I think I got it.
That's the spot.
All right. So okay. Oh well. Okay. Wow. Thank you.
Sure.
And if all else fails, you've got the mini lessons on YouTube that you can get to without having to sign in.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
they've
log
made
in.
those clickable on their school closure planning page. They've also got the mini lessons just a click away
Okay.
on their school closure planning page.
All right, I'm gonna take off my mic and figure this thing out because you don't need to hear me. So
Okay.
thank you so much.
Yes, sir. And I put my email in the chat there as well. So you can just email if you're having trouble, and we'll get back on and get it worked out.
All right. Okay. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your help.
Yep, trying to make science happen. Thanks.
Anybody else have any questions or anything you want to share or ask? I don't know who's even left here.
We've got a
Let's
few
see.
still.
Okay. Yasmin had mentioned Moby Max also. Moby Max is okay. I know they have good things as well. We're trying to promote things that are free forever as much as possible. So MobyMax is good. It's and I know they're offering some things right now. So if you're comfortable using that, and then please, by all means, go ahead and use it. We're just not supporting that from the district.
So back at 936, Leonor Tolentino asked about if you're an added teacher, I think she means co-teacher, to a Google Classroom, are you able to add an assignment?
That might be a tech question.
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
know all the
Google
Google
Classroom
Classroom answers.
Okay.
Uh,
I would imagine so, Leonor. I think you're still here. I would imagine as a co-teacher, you should have that ability, but in terms of just social mores, I guess check with your co-teacher or the main teacher for that student to make sure it's okay, that you're supporting that. They may appreciate it at this time, you know, but just check with them. And then I'll double check with Darcy and Laurie about the powers for the co-teachers.
okay. Yeah, I didn't know MobyMax also had science. I only heard about it recently for math. And when I looked into it yesterday, I found that it's not free for assessments. It's like $90 a year to get all the cool assessment features.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what you can do for free. I still need to play around with that.
Yeah, and then Dwayne has a question here as well about how to see student activity and interaction with lessons, and that is difficult, and it is definitely difficult with CK12 as well. We're sort of just recommending whatever you do that you include some sort of discussion opportunity or a reflection or a connection opportunity, especially if it's just those mini lessons. We would love to see students do more than just click the video and play it and then say, okay, I'm done. So if you're able to create some sort of discussion question or or an activity that follows up on that video, that's what we're hoping for there as well. There might be other ways to, yeah, there are ways also if you're going to do an actual home activity or experiment or investigation or demonstration or whatever. Flipgrid is great for that. That's something that we're encouraging the use of.
I don't know if we're going to get a chance to do this again, but maybe there'll be more science office hours after spring break. I'm not sure how we're going to keep up office hours, but you can always refer to the resources by content area, and we'll update the science resource page as we learn about new things.
And those of us who work during spring break will still be manning the e-learning email. So questions could always be sent there, and then we'll answer them or field them as appropriate for those questions.
Okay, thanks. Well, if there are no more questions, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep, let's do it.
All right.
Okay. I'll see you, John, for the upper grade science office hours shortly.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Good to see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.